Are rolling in for Chimaev versus Strickland, and no one's more qualified to weigh in than Dricus du Plessis, since he's faced both fighters firsthand. He went on record backing Strickland to do great against Bortz, pointing specifically to Sean's striking and his elite ability to get back to his feet after takedowns. Du Plessis made it clear he believes Strickland is a tougher stylistic matchup for Chimaev than Imavov, noting that Strickland has a unique ability to make people fight his fight, and if you have not been in there with him, it is very hard to figure him out in a short period of time. Now here is the context that makes Dricus one of the most qualified people to speak on this. He holds 2 wins over Strickland, but was on the other side of a dominant performance when Chimaev took his belt at UFC 319. And then came the bold statement. DDP says he has already solved the puzzle on Chimaev, and when the time is right, he wants that rematch. He still believes he is the better MMA fighter overall, and will be ready to prove it when the time comes. Let's roll the clip and hear DDP break it all down.
I know Imavov and Khamzat kind of don't want to fight each other. I'm not really excited for that fight. Not a lot of people are, but the Strickland fight, I believe I faced Strickland. In the striking, he definitely beats Khamzat for sure. Khamzat, a problem to deal with when he has you on your back. We've seen that many times. With Strickland, what he does brilliantly, I took Strickland down, I think 7 times. The way he gets up to hold him down is incredibly hard. At Extreme Couture, where they train, they specialize in that cage wrestling, getting back to his feet. And Strickland's a lot stronger than people might think. I think he has a very good chance in that fight.
Michael Bisping sat down with Arman Tsarukyan and did not hold back, and it is exactly the kind of conversation Arman needs to hear. Bisping laid it all out for him directly, punching a fan during a walkout, headbutting Dan Hooker at the weigh-ins, getting into random brawls at grappling events outside the UFC. Mike told Arman plainly every single one of these incidents is working against him, and the sport does not need it. What made it even sharper was Bisping subtly putting the spotlight on Arman's management, asking him whether his manager ever tells him to cool it. Each incident individually might be survivable, but together they have piled up into a pattern that even Dana White can no longer ignore. Tsarukyan was recently removed from the UFC pound-for-pound rankings, sending a clear signal about the promotion's stance toward him. He's now expected to rematch the newly crowned BMF champ Charles Oliveira, though he also expressed interest in dropping to featherweight to chase Alex Volkanovski's belt, describing the weight cut as easy. Let's roll the clip and see how that conversation went down.
I saw a clip of Dana saying it on a podcast.
Yeah.
And they said it was definitely a factor in the equation.
What's your take?
Well, you know.
Give him some friendly advice from a former champion.
Listen.
Should you headbutt someone at a weigh-in?
No, you shouldn't headbutt people at a weigh-in, right? You can push them a little bit. You can talk some shit. You can put your finger in the face. But at the end of the day, we're all fighters and stuff gets carried away. Shit gets, and I think for the most part, it's good. I'm not saying it's a good thing and it's not how a martial artist should conduct themselves. But when it gets personal, shit happens, and I'm not perfect. I had moments in my career where, that I definitely regret. But you did punch the fan on the way out. You did headbutt him. And now you're having this fight here. Who's your manager?
Danny.
Does Danny say, bro, what you doing? Just like chill out a little bit. Oh no.
Last time when I headbutt, yeah, but like after the wrestling, no, he said he didn't say anything bad.
Many fans and pundits were curious how Islam Makhachev would look in his welterweight debut. Some thought he was too big for 155, arguing that 170 would be his natural division, while others worried he'd be small at welterweight. When he stepped into the octagon against Jack Della Maddalena, though, Islam surprised a lot of people. He didn't look smaller than Jack at all. If anything, he looked stronger, fuller, and more powerful than ever. Islam effortlessly took down and controlled the Aussie like it was nothing, showing a level of wrestling and strength that Jack hadn't faced before. Maddalena had previously stopped the takedowns of natural welterweights, but Islam was simply on another level, blending strength and technique to dominate the fight from start to finish. This only fueled the narrative that he had been a too big lightweight, a so-called weight bully, a point Joe Rogan had even backed on his podcast, calling Islam's brutal weight cuts silly and claiming he was never truly a 155-pound man. Now, after claiming welterweight gold, Islam was asked directly about Rogan's old comments regarding his time at lightweight. First, here's Rogan's take.
Islam Makhachev is huge. I mean, that guy, how he makes 155 is, I don't understand it. Every time I stand next to him, like, how are you 155? He's got to be 190-ish, in the 190 range. He's got to be. That's what he looks like to me. He's thick and big. I mean, he's not a small. He's not a 155-pound man. It's just so silly. The whole thing is just it's an old thing that we kept for no reason. And I feel like they should blow all the weight classes. I've talked to Dana about this. I actually talked to Ari Emanuel about this when they first
why
bought the
those
UFC.
comments don't make sense. He detailed why he was naturally suited for lightweight during his time at 155, sharing insights into his nutrition and everyday life, showing it was normal and never draining.
Not make sense because all fighters who fight 155 minimum they have 178, 177. I always try to don't eat like in the nighttime. I don't like the sugar. I don't drink cola like maybe 4 or 5 years. My weight maximum 182, I think. I'm not cut weight. I don't follow like diet. I eat everything. My weight 180.
Kamaru Usman is speaking up on the Alex Pereira situation, and he's making a point that's hard to argue with. Usman's main point is, when a fighter is chasing a third world title, an achievement no fighter in the sport's history has ever accomplished, it should be for an undisputed belt, not an interim. He says slapping the word interim on it dilutes the magnitude of what Alex is trying to do. On the Chimaev narrative, Kamaru pushed back firmly on the idea that Alex is ducking Khamzat. His reasoning is straightforward. Pereira is not getting any younger, the heavyweight weight cut is not a weight cut at all, and the division right now is thin enough at the top that the timing makes complete sense. Why wait on one matchup when you can chase history and extend your career simultaneously? In addition, the heavyweight division does not have the same depth of elite talent that middleweight or light heavyweight currently does. Pereira walking in is a massive addition. Let's roll the clip and hear Usman break it all down.
I will say this, Henry. I do agree with you that yes, going up for that third title should be for the undisputed. Because now, if you do win it and you come back and Tom comes back and you don't fight Tom or Tom beats you, then it's almost like there's an asterisk on that third title. So I do agree with you there on that one, Henry. But make no mistake, like as far as sticking around at light heavyweight, the only guy that he'll be sticking around for is Carlos Ulberg. And just if he knocks off Ulberg, there's absolutely no
which is a given. Which is a given is what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay. Yes, okay. So you can't say, oh, I'm gonna stick around for maybe Khamzat or anything like that. No, he's already, and plus he's getting older. You know, why do I want to stick around? I want to make history and I want to get paid, and plus I don't want to cut this weight anymore. So F that. I'm going up.